Hi there everyone. So as you can see, we're now on my new channel. Hope you're liking it so far. Today I'm going to be talking about leaving home, my experience and what I think you should do. My experience of leaving home, I left home at 15. Because my parents, they separated when I was little. They got a divorce, so we used to live with my mum, then with my dad, and then with my mum, then with my dad. So like backwards and forwards constantly. But yeah, I left home around 15, 16. I think it was sometime near my birthday. But I can say that when you live with parents, when you're young, you just think, I really want to leave home. You want your own place. Everybody thinks, oh, I'd love to have my own home. But it's not what you think. I left home, and I remember the first place I stayed, it was with a friend, and I used to sleep on the sofa. I left home, kept going back, left home again, went back, left home again, went back, lived with my dad, went back. But then when I finally left home, it must have been around about 16 and a half, nearly 17. I went and I stayed with a friend. I stayed there for about 2 years. It was okay. We used to go out clubbing and having a drink, meeting people, making friends, all the things you do when you are young, 17. And then I think I got to about 18, and I wanted my own place. I wanted a place what I could call my own, with my own keys, and it was completely different to what I imagined. I imagined like, oh, I'm going to get my keys, I'm going to have a new TV, I'm going to have a bed, sofa, cooker, I'm going to have everything I want, or parties with friends round. But I can tell you it's not like that at all. I can tell you that when I left home, got my first place, I got my keys, I walked in, I was like, oh my god, it was just completely empty. Unless you get a furnished one. These days most places are furnished, but back then places weren't really furnished, and if there was, it was really horrible furniture. But yeah, I moved in, got my keys, moved in, and I remember the feeling of, because my dad obviously took me there, and I remember the horrible feeling of when my dad left me, and then there's nobody to speak to. It was just horrible feeling. And then you're thinking, what do I do now? Where's all my friends? So yeah, I got like my bed second hand. I got a cooker, a TV I got, but then what I didn't realise is that you had to have a TV licence, so the TV licence people came round. I didn't have a TV licence. I had to go to court, pay a fine. So all these things come together and it's really, really scary. I remember having to sort out the water bill, getting it switched on. I remember having to sort out the gas, getting that switched on, and then paying the actual bill. And then I remember having to sort the electric, looking for meter readings. I didn't have a clue. I didn't get no help. And then struggling. I had no money, no job. So I was living on benefits from the job centre, it was horrible, but at the time, when you're young, you don't really see work as your priority. I think maybe because when I was younger, my life was like backwards and forwards, so I didn't really focus on anything in life. I always wanted to work with music and dance, but obviously my parents couldn't afford anything, or I couldn't afford anything back then. Yeah, so it was a real struggle. My dad used to bring me like little food, like bags of food with a few tins and eggs and bread. It were really good. I loved it. But yeah, you move in, and then I'd been there a few weeks, and then obviously you want to make it your own home, so you want to be able to decorate and things like that. You can't afford, when you live at home, your first ever home, you can't afford decorators or anything, so obviously you do it all yourself. So obviously I just bought different coloured paints and did it all myself, made it all look really, really nice. Yeah, and then I met the neighbours, made friends with different people. I used to go out on nights out. I got a pet. I got some fish, I think. I think I got a rabbit. I got a cat. And I got 2 rats. I don't know why I got all those, but I think it was just from loneliness. Yeah, when you're at home at night time and everybody's like gone, it gets quite lonely. So yeah, you just meet people. So right, like moving out's not a bad thing, but I do wish that I'd stayed at home with parents. So because it's really, really difficult. It's one of the hardest things anybody can ever do, especially when people stop visiting, like family and friends and things. All you can really do is watch TV. I used to go out a lot and meet people. So yeah, I tried to get like relationships, just meet people. Yeah, it was a struggle. And I used to cook my own things, cook my own food. I used to do my own washing, which I still do, but when you leave home and you don't know where to start, turning on a washer, it's really, really strange to explain, but you think that you wouldn't know how to do it if you've not been shown, but I think when you're on your own, it just becomes an instinct where you just do it. If things need doing, you just do it. Whether you know how to do it or not, you seem to just learn, teach yourself. So a lot of things that I have done, and a lot of things that I know now in life, I have taught myself. nobody's really shown me anything. I had to learn to shave myself. Nobody showed me how to do that. I've had to learn a lot myself. I've had to learn to cook, clean, do quite a lot actually. Yeah. So I just thought I'd speak about that. In the next video I'm going to do will be relationships and meeting people. My first ever proper relationship, it wasn't really that good. It were quite abusive and degrading. It became an obsession where someone got obsessed with me for 5 years, and yeah, it got really, really bad where it turned me into a wreck. But as you can see, I've overcome over all that, and you've got to remember that when I'm talking on this channel, I try not to feel sad in any way, but things come back to me when I talk about it. But yeah, I will talk about that in my next video. So yeah, I hope you liked this video so far. As you can see, I'm wearing my Kamalia t-shirt. She's my queen, I love her, and she's my bestest friend. So I support her 100% forever. And we will meet again. So yeah, that's just today's video on what it's like to leave home. The next video will be about my first relationship. Yeah, so thanks for your support and keep watching. You never know, you might miss out on something. Don't forget, subscribe, and I'm also doing shout outs in my next video. See you all soon, everyone. Bye, I love you all.